Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Burnt Pancakes podcast, the podcast where we laugh, learn, and talk about the stuff no one warned us about in motherhood. I'm your host, Katie Fensky, and I'm reminding moms that everyone burns their first pancake. Now, in today's world, it looks so different than how we grew up. From AI changing the workforce to schools still prepping kids for jobs that may not exist, a lot of us are asking the same question. How do we actually set our kids up for independence and confidence in this new world? Well, enter today's guest, Krystal Popov, the voice in America fully dedicated to raising the next generation of kid entrepreneurs. She built 4 businesses, including a 7-figure co-working space, and now leads Futurepreneur, a movement helping kids launch real businesses right now, not in the future someday. This episode is for every mom who's questioning the traditional path, worried about their kids' futures, or just wants to raise confident, creative thinkers who don't wait for permission. Krystal, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Katie. I'm excited to be here with you this morning.
Yes. So I always ask my guests where they're from and how many kids they have to start us off. So
Yeah, perfect. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, and I have 3 girls. The oldest is about to turn 10, and the youngest is in kindergarten. So
we're right there, right there.
Yeah.
Other than you have girls, I have boys. Is your house a lot quieter than mine? Mine is like constant WWE.
Oh my gosh.
I just my picture of having all girls is like peace and quiet.
I mean, it is true. We vacation, it's been a few years. We vacationed a couple years back with a couple that are friends of ours that also have 3 boys, right? So we're 3 girls, they're 3 boys, about the same age, so similar to you. And we went to Rocky Point, and we walked into the Airbnb, and the mom immediately started like, "Oh, vase off of this, and let's hide this, and let's put this." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh no, they will.
It'll get broken." Yes.
With girls, I'm like, "No, that one
don't have to worry about it." But I mean, I'm sure there's other things you think about when you have girls, like you were saying, the emotions and
yeah, my oldest, so funny. So do you know Dr. Kevin Leman? He wrote Birth Order book.
Oh no, but that sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I just had breakfast with him last week. Yes.
Kevin Is that Leman. The title of the book? Birth Order?
Yeah, it's a birth order book. I mean, I have it around here somewhere, but he like updated it. So I would get the new birth order book, but it's so funny because he's like, "Oh, you're in the phase of everything or nothing, or like mommy, you never listen to my feelings. You never say yes," right? So mine's about to be 10. And I'm like, "I'm just entering that phase. Mom, I always have to do everything," right? He's like, "Here's what I'm going to tell you, Krystal." He's like, because you're thinking, "No, you don't.
No, you hardly do anything."
Like, you never say yes, mom. And, it's like, no, I say yes 9 out of 10 times, but this is a no. You know?
Yeah.
You just have to know you're all going to go through it.
That's
like, you're going to go through the everything, nothing, you never listen to me phase. And it's going to be a year and then you'll be through it. But at least you're coming. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so true.
I need to get that book. That sounds fascinating. I want to learn about that. Okay, well, let's talk about you. You are encouraging kids to be entrepreneurs. What sparked that passion?
Yeah. So my degree is in engineering. So I worked in corporate for 7 years, in corporate consulting firm as an engineer. Loved the people I worked with. But I've never been so depressed in my life. No, I wouldn't say that. There were some good moments.
Yes.
But I just woke up with, gosh, no, like I was like, I have to go to work today. Right. And I didn't want to be like that. And I wanted to really enjoy what I was doing. So I like toe dipped into multi-level marketing. I was like, how do I get out of this job thing?
Yeah. I so feel you. I'm like feeling all of this. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I know it works for other people, but can I do it? Right. So yeah. Anyways, I did a lot of stuff, and went to events. Yeah, I went to the Tony Robbins. I went to the things, right? And I was like, how do I do it? And one thing that I learned at the age of 27 is you just have to be in the environment. I mean, the one good thing about network marketing, I don't do network marketing anymore, but the one good thing about multi-level marketing or network marketing is at least gets you in an environment where you can dream bigger and you're around people that are very excited, right? About their life and what they can create in it. And it gets you on the personal development track. My engineering route and my corporate job never got me on that. Right?
Yes.
So I give thanks to that. But I just knew I wanted to work for myself, and it's been life-changing for me. I've gone through a few different things. I opened 6 businesses in 4 years. I don't recommend
Wow.
that by having 2 kids, but, um, through all of that, I wouldn't have changed it because I now am in such a great phase of my life where
Mm,
I have a residual income coming in. I have a great staff that runs my company. I go in 1 or 2 days a week, maybe. I
wow.
know. I know. I'm just deeply in gratitude. But I went through a lot, right, to get
Right.
there. But
Right.
I wish I would have done it earlier.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I'm like, why can't kids coming out of, I mean, when I was in my early 20s and I could still just sleep on my mom's couch if I needed to,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have all the bills and the mortgage and the kids in private school and blah blah blah. And um and I think it's something that we should encourage earlier. So there are programs in college. The colleges are getting better about having these entrepreneur centers and these incubators. But I think you even start before that. There's a sweet spot, Katie, you know this. There's a sweet spot maybe before the age of 14 where your kids still think you are the like amazing, hero.
Well, let's see. My 11-year-old's starting to get out of that
Yeah,
phase.
right.
I can still
I
hang on
know.
with my 6-year-old.
Right. Then they turn to other people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so there's this sweet spot. I say, once, especially if you do give them a device, and I don't know your feelings on devices, but once the kids that I've seen, my
There's no
cousin's
going
kids,
back.
there's no going
No.
back. And
It's
now they're
no.
idolizing people that are out of your realm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this sweet spot, parents, and don't give that up.
Right.
I
Right.
listened to your podcast about generations. I was cracking up through the whole thing, but about the different generations and how they parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you go back and you find someone that's have raised really great kids and you say, "Man, you got great kids. What did you do?"
Yep.
It is almost always I had a connection with them
Mm.
and we had open communication, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so then you dive deeper and say, "Well, how do you have that connection and open communication?" And it's all about the amount of time you spend with them. And we're all such busy people,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're trying to parent and run a business or you have a job, that you have to carve out those times. And for me, that alongside this passion for entrepreneurship, encouraging entrepreneurship for littles, created my new company, Futurepreneur. And
Love
so
that.
fun. It's
Well,
so
a
fun.
few things sparked to my mind when you were talking
Right.
about this.
Yeah.
I have heard, so I would say an elder millennial. I'm at the
Yes.
high end of the millennials, but
Yeah,
what
me
I'm
too. I listened to podcasts. I was born early 82, so we're
There
close.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're right there. What I'm hearing is that a lot of millennials are not sticking to the traditional thought of you get a job in your 20s and you
Mhm,
put in your time, you climb the ladder, and that's where you retire, which
mhm.
is kind of like what was you go to college, you get your degree, you do this. And a lot of millennials now are just like, you know what? I'm not happy with this lifestyle. I can make a change, which is scary. Like it's terrifying to
Yeah.
think that. But I love how you brought that up, saying you don't have to stick with something that isn't working for you.
No, no, and I'm fortunate that I had a mom that was a business. She built a swimming pool construction company,
Wow.
which like woman in a man's world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's
she's pretty
impressive.
powerful. But she also worked her life away. I mean, like she worked morning till night,
Mm-hmm.
grinding, all the
Mm-hmm.
stress, vacation. She was constantly on the phone. And I'm like, I don't want that either. So you're right. This millennial parenting is a little bit like we need
Yeah.
some more balance
Mm-hmm.
in our life, but we also want autonomy. We want to own our choices,
Right.
which I don't know what else gives it to you more than entrepreneurship. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what do I want for my kids? What do I want for your kids? I want them to have that autonomy. I want them to have almost no fear coming. Like, just start,
Just do it.
just keep going, just pivot. And you don't gain that strength unless you're lucky enough, like me, to have someone that I can follow and look up to, or you just do it and start early. So if we
Mm-hmm.
can get kids opening lemonade stands, opening little
Mm.
bakeries, building something and selling it, designing a t-shirt and putting it online, all of our futurepreneur businesses in a box are these type of things. So they get your kid excited about opening their mini business, and they all come with a business plan. As a
Oh, wow.
parent, yeah, it's so fun. So let's say
Okay,
your
so
kids,
explain what your
okay,
the box is. So is
yeah,
each box a different Like, this is a lemonade stand. This is reminding me of my kids. We have an orange tree right now, and
Yes.
every December it explodes. And we're
Yeah.
always like, what do we do with all these oranges? Well, we had some family stay with us, the kids, and they all said, let's sell orange juice. And so we're like, okay, that is probably the thing they liked the most out of the entire trip. They had so much fun. So, like, would your box be like a lemonade stand, or is it more open-ended where it's like start a business?
So we have like a generic blueprint.
Okay.
Like, so if they have their own business idea, there might be a kid that's like, I want to 3D print some stuff and
Hmm.
I want to do this. We have like a generic blueprint,
Okay.
but most of them are pretty business in a box. It
Okay.
is open your own pizzeria, right? If you have a kid that loves to cook, we walk them through the process of inviting for your grand opening, charging them $10 at the door, serving pizza, taking care of your customers, cleaning up afterwards. We teach
Oh,
them in every, yeah.
I love that part. That's my favorite part.
Oh, we actually teach them in every business has like a different little twist
That's
and
such a great
a lesson.
idea.
But in pizzeria, we teach them what is the difference between a business partner and employee. So you can hire your
Oh.
sibling for $5, for the night or $10 for the night, or you can partner with your mom. But here you're going to do is you're going to split profits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would just walk them through little things. And each of our business plan, if you're a homeschool mom, and you need you need some activities that's going to last, for a unit, then you
Mm-hmm.
can dive into those business plans more. They can use Canva and create a menu, right?
Oh, cute.
Or if you send them to the grandparents for the weekend and you want something little for them to do, give them the, our builder business in a box where they build a little birdhouse and sell it, right, for 20 bucks.
Cute.
And grandma's going to buy it or the neighbor's going to
Right.
buy it and it's
Oh, my
fine.
kids made so much money off of the orange because most people were
Yes.
like, oh, here's $10 for this little glass. And I'm like, that's not, you don't have to pay that much. But they're like, oh, they're so cute. Here you go. I'm like, oh my God, they're making more money than I do.
I know. It's like maybe I should open I mean,
Yes.
Katie, they're just not going to give you the
Yes.
$10, I don't think. I think your son's got
Hmm.
it under control.
Yeah.
But it is, and it becomes just like you and I we're probably a similar personality because we're podcasting here, but we're kind of, I want to say addicted, but I'm going to use the word addicted. We are addicted to like achieving, right? Or
Hmm.
or seeing results, and your
Yes.
kids can get that way also. And we're in a world today where we need to guard what they're getting addicted to, right? What
Hmm.
are they excited about? Are they waiting for likes on a Facebook page?
Right.
What gets them fired up? And so if you can take them and put them in this entrepreneur environment, and we help these parents along the way, and guide them, they're going to start getting addicted to money. So my daughter
Mm.
I ran her through they're my beta testers, right? So I ran her through designing and selling a t-shirt, and she made the cutest little summer fun shirt with a fox eating an ice cream cone, right? And she learned how to use Canva, and we created the shirt, and then we uploaded print on demand, and now she's in sales mode, and we teach them how to sell.
Wow.
They have no fear. I mean, she just was telling everyone, "Here, mom, send them my link. Send them my link to my store,
Hmm.
mom." And I'm like, "Here we are.
Cute.
We're in shopping for a gift for one of her friends." And she starts talking to the girl checking her out because I have her pay. Like
Hmm.
I have my kids kind of step up in those
Right.
kinds of things. She's paying, and she said, "Oh, I just started my own t-shirt company." And the lady behind the counter
Cute.
was like, "I love that. Send me a link. Mom, can you send it?" I mean, I don't even know the lady that owns
Yes.
the store. I'm like, "Sure, I'll send her the link." Sure enough, she went out and bought a tote bag with summer
So
fun on it with a fox
cute.
and an ice cream cone.
Oh
It's the
my
best.
gosh. And it's teaching them the value of money too. Cause I feel
Yes,
like my
yeah.
kids have no like, oh, mom, you'll just buy a new one. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy a new one. Like, you just broke it. This way they say, like, this is how hard it is to earn the money, or this is what
Yeah.
it takes to earn the money. And this, like, when I go out and spend it, I know how much, I worked to get that. That is huge.
Yeah, and here was the surprise. She also value what she bought. So she made
Mhm.
$178 on her t-shirt company,
Oh
right?
my
It's a lot of
God.
money she was 9 at the time. And she bought this stuff at the store, but I could tell that she valued it more than if she
Yeah.
just I bought it, right? She took care of the stuff more. It's just a
Hmm.
great lesson. It's fun activities and it's so important.
I love that. And my boys have asked me multiple times, can we make our own t-shirts? And in my head, I'm just like, okay, well, then you're going to have to like use my computer and then,
Yeah.
and it's just, it feels overwhelming. And then my answer is no, because I'm like, it's just too much. So
Yeah.
this, I
Yeah.
love that this kind of like step by step walks you through it.
And we do have video modules. So some
Um,
parents are against screen time, and that's fine. You can walk your kids through it. It also depends on
mhm.
the age. If it's a
Right.
13, 14-year-old that's designing a t-shirt, you could probably let them loose with our business plan and our video
Okay.
modules, and they're on their own. Um, if they're 7, right? Which is,
Mhm.
I mean, my middle is the most excited about doing any of these. She's not even money motivated. My oldest, money motivated. She wants
Yes.
stuff. My middle one's not money motivated. She just loves standing out there and selling stuff. Like she just
So
loves it.
cute.
She lights up, right? So, you'll really understand what drives your kids, which is a good thing to know, what they're
Mm,
driven by.
yes.
And so that's a really good thing to know. And that'll come out all during this time, but you got to take the time. You got to
Yeah.
take the time to sit and go through it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings up someone I interviewed. They were talking about, college admission and getting your kids into college. And one of the things she recommended was start early, figuring out your kids' interests. And it's not like, this degree or this major, but she's like, find out if they are the type of kid that likes to take charge and run things, or if they're the kind of kid that likes to like take direction and do things. And I feel like this is a great way to find out like, what are you interested in without feeling the pressure of like, you need to pick a major one day. What are you going to be when you grow up? It's just like, let's see if you like designing things on a computer. Let's see if you like, running a stand outside. I love, love, love this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, Mark Rober, I think is his
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name. He
yeah.
created
Hmm.
Crunch Labs, right?
Hmm.
And he had a really good analogy in a podcast recently where he's like, if you ask your kid what they're doing in 10 years, like how do you expect them to know what they're doing in next
I
week?
didn't
Like,
know. I
I
didn't know in
still
my
don't know.
20s.
I
I
know I know
still
what I'm doing
don't
in
know.
10 years.
I still don't know.
No idea.
Like,
No.
well, I
I'm
can
like,
do
let's get
this.
through
I can do
Christmas
that.
and then we'll get through first quarter and then we'll reevaluate, right? So no, 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 no. No one knows. And
No.
he said, so if you can just teach your kids, like it's kind of like crossing a river and you have a couple rocks in front of you and you reach out and you test one of them and you see which one feels stable, which one feels good, which one feels right, and then
Hmm.
you commit and go. But
Hmm.
now you have 2 or 3 more choices. And then you take and you test it out and you see which looks more stable, more big, more concrete. You have more confidence in that decision. Then you go to the next one, right? And that's kind of like life. And so we can teach our kids that, and that it's
Hmm.
okay that maybe sometimes you're going to step on a rock and then you're going to have to go backwards and go the other way. That's okay, right? So if we can teach them that at a young age and not put so much pressure
Right.
on college. I mean, college is a whole nother ball game, and I don't
Right.
know your feelings
I
on
wanted to
college,
ask you
but
about this
mhm.
because it has been coming up so much lately about how AI is going to be changing the workforce. And
Yep.
we were taught, like when I was in school, it was very like computers and technology and get your
Mhm.
40-year degree. And now I'm hearing so many more people saying trade schools are where it's at, or entrepreneurship, or like it's just so different. And I don't know how, like, what are we going to tell our kids when it's time for college? Do
Yeah.
they need 4-year degrees anymore? Like, so I feel like
Yeah.
this is like, here is another avenue.
This is another avenue, and
Mhm.
I'm in the middle of developing an app that where you go in and your kids take a little mini personality test,
Okay.
and then we put in the kids' interests, a few things. It's like a just very
Hmm.
quick questionnaire, and it kind of pops up some ideas of like what activities or entrepreneurship, um, which direction you could go with your kids at this point
Hmm.
just to get them grasping, right? Because
Yeah.
the worst case scenario, and I just spoke with a dad that's in this where he's like, I feel like I don't even connect with my 12-year-old anymore. Like I've lost it. And all he wants to do
Mhm.
on the weekend is go play with his friends
Yeah.
or be on his video game.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yep.
turn the dial. You just force them to be with you for one day, but you do something fun. You
Yes.
have got to get back in their life. You can't just let it
Hmm.
go, right?
Yeah.
So you got to get back in their life. Um, and then in the future, you're right, AI is absolutely taking jobs and it's only going to get more. I mean, even
Hmm.
law school, like you go and get a law degree. I'm even worried unless you're in the top, here's what I believe is going to happen. If you're in the top 2 to 3%, maybe 5% of your field, I think you're going to be okay, right? But if you're an
Hmm.
average computer programmer and you're not on the leading edge, that AI is going to program quicker than you. And I got
Right.
my degree in engineering and computer programming, right? But I'm developing this app, writing not a single thing of code because AI is
Right.
doing it for me.
Right.
So, but knowing coding is an advantage that I have because I
Hmm.
know how to direct AI, right?
Right.
So
If we can
there,
use it to our advantage
yes, I
and not
would
be
never
scared of it,
say
because the first instinct is like, scared. It's all taking over. But it's like, oh, wait, but it can make our life easier.
yes. Yes, it can. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. It's going to make our life easier, but it
Hmm.
is a little scary. It is a little scary.
Right.
But I think I mean, it's out of our hands, right? But I just have faith that there's some good people at that maybe I'm naive, but I think that there's good people at the top of some good people at the top
Yes.
of some of these companies that are going to
Let's not get rid of all the humans.
love their people, right? Let's just not destroy everyone. So I
Yes.
think I have faith that we're gonna be okay.
Right. And
But
as humans, we have adapted every generation. So, and someone told me every generation has worried about their kids turning out okay. It's not
yes,
just, oh, now it's these Gen Alphas. I'm so worried about them. Our parents were worried about us millennials. Oh, they
oh
don't know how to
yes,
work. Oh, they're so lazy. It's like,
yeah,
oh, wait, well, now we're the parents and we're
yeah.
worried. We're all going to be fine.
We're going to be okay. Yeah. But
Right.
I believe that if you're not, so either being at the very top of your class is going to help you in the future,
Mm-hmm.
or having really three things. Number one, some grit, right? So
Okay.
people, persistence is important. Learning persistence is important. And I think no matter what field you go to, entrepreneurship teaches that really well, that even if they go through the Futurepreneur programs and they don't become an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship's maybe not even their personality style, learning some persistence or some grit to get the outcome is number one.
Okay.
Um, Number two is looking for the solution instead of the problem. People call it problem solving. It's a very overused term, but it's real, right? If your kid is fixated on this problem that's happening with their friends in school, and all they can talk about is this fight that these friends are having or this problem,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not looking at solutions. What if we go on the other playground, or what if we play a game all together, right? So you can tell really early on whether your kids dwell on a problem or whether they start
Mm-hmm.
figuring out solutions. And they'll start doing that first with personalities. So you'll see like conflicts in personalities usually around third grade, where you'll see how they handle those. And I have
Mm-hmm.
kids on both sides of that. I have a kid that just focuses on problems, and I have a kid that's just very much like, I just want to be in a happy place, right? And they'll go there.
Is
So
that your
all kids'
middle? Is that your
personalities are
middle child?
the middle child.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yes,
gotcha. Yep.
definitely. And so really, and you can get a lot from birth order book, but it's still sometimes there's role reversals, and Dr. Lehman said this, but um, so grit and really focusing on solutions, right? So and as parents, that's something that we can teach. If we're over dramatizing a problem that's happening in our family or life, and our
Mm-hmm.
kids hear about it and we're stressing about it every day, they're going to pick up that, right? So and it's hard as a parent because sometimes you just talk and your
Yeah,
kids are
they
listening, but
do. They're sponges.
they're sponges, so be
It's
very careful.
crazy. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the third thing is just really lowering the fear and increasing confidence. So, having those three things, that persistence, having that looking at solutions, and then just if you can just say, it's okay if things don't go right, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can build up their confidence or just lean into things that, some kids build confidence in sports, right? So maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
really good at basketball. Lean into basketball leadership, have them lead a little summer camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So lean into that where they can pick up these other things. But
Right.
and we talk about a lot of this. If you follow our channel, we're starting to do events. We have our first Futurepreneur live.
Oh, like
Um,
in person or like a virtual
this
event?
one's in person.
How
We are
fun.
going to record it though, so
Okay.
I'm going to try to take it and put it into a piece where we can now then market it.
Okay.
But we have some incredible speakers coming in. Have you ever heard of Value Creation Kid? It's a book.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Donnell writes a book called Value Creation Kid: The Healthy Struggle Kids Need to Go Through. And
So important,
so
right?
important. They've got to struggle a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
We can't do everything for them, right?
You can't do everything for them. I mean, just last week, I have one daughter in dance, and she decided she wanted to do a solo this year. So she was doing her solo, and she was just in front of her classmates, and she went blank in the middle and forgot it. Right? She came out, she was sobbing. She wanted to get in the car. Let's just want to go home. And I'm like, honey, these are your friends. There was like
Yeah.
eight or nine people, and
We all
there's
make
no big
mistakes.
deal. No big
Yeah.
deal. We want you to do it here. So if you're on stage competing, it doesn't happen there. It
You'll
just
have the
happened here. But
confidence.
she was
Mhm.
devastated. She didn't even want to go back today. She was so embarrassed. And in my mind, as a mom reflection, I'm like, she's probably too early for a solo, but she begged me to do it, right?
Yeah.
But we're in it now.
Yes.
So she goes, maybe I don't want to do the solos here. I'm like, honey, we're in it. We're in it. Let's just go practice more, right? So that's the grit. They
Mhm.
got to learn. Got to
Yep.
learn persistence until it's done. So you're going to come across those. And so we're bringing in Scott Donnell for that event to really teach what is a healthy struggle and to embrace struggle and overcome it and then celebrate those things. So that's one. We've got an Olympian coming in
Oh,
that
cool.
took his. He was on actually the relay with Michael Phelps, and then he also
Oh, wow.
he won individual medals in backstroke, Matt Grievers. And so we're bringing him in to speak. He now owns a swim school. So it's about turning
Cool.
your passion into a business.
Oh, wow.
I
Is
know,
this
we're so
geared
excited.
towards kids or for the parents who are parenting these kids?
Yeah, so we are going to do a few breakout sessions for parents, but
Okay.
the main room is geared for kids. And it's really
Oh,
kids
fun.
age 8 to 16.
Okay.
Um, for anyone under the age of 13, a parent has to go with them.
Okay.
But over age
Cool.
13, they can drop. Oh, we're so excited. We want to do one in California, we want to do one in Utah. So, I mean, I want Tony Robbins style event for kids,
Love it.
getting them in that environment early,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by people that are optimistic about life and not just stuck in social media. It's
Right. Because it
it's so
seems
important.
like the mental health of
Mhm,
kids these days
mhm,
is taking a big dip. So
mhm,
this is something that can kind of
mhm.
counteract that a little bit.
And they're always going to listen to people on a stage. It just is what
Mm-hmm.
it is, right? So we have
Mm-hmm.
really good speakers, and I love our lineup this year. But if we continue to bring in really good speakers that are just pouring encouragement and individualism, acceptance into these kids, that they can find their own little individual bodies and feel confident and have people surrounding them that's encouraging them. And that's what we want. That's what this community is all about.
Right.
So
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
thank you.
Um, Tell us where we can find all this because I for sure am gonna get the t-shirt kit because I
Yay!
like my kids have been like yearning for that. And I feel like, okay, yeah, I need to help them with this.
I
Where can
love
we
it.
find all of it?
Yeah, so our website's futurepreneur.com, and you can also follow us on social media. You can follow Krystal Popov
Okay.
on Instagram or Facebook, but we do have a Futurepreneur account as well. We're getting ready to activate that a little bit more. We've been doing more stuff on my personal account recently, but either one is fine. And then right now, actually, we do have this for free, I think. Yeah, we have it for free on our site. Is you can go download for free the Lemonade Stand business plan.
Oh, cool.
So fun. Yeah. So go on Futurepreneur. You'll see, just scroll down. It'll pop up and say, download our free Lemonade Stand business plan kit. And that, I mean, it's totally free. It's like 8 or 10 pages of activities and a plan and budgeting and filling out financials and then marketing your lemonade stand. It is so
Love
cute. So
it.
yeah,
Love it.
that one's for free. So start there.
Oh, awesome. Well, I
Yeah.
cannot thank you enough because this is like taking the doom and like fear of like what's going to happen to them and kind of opened up a new view of like there are options for our kids and they're
They're
going to
going
be
to be
fine.
okay.
We just need to spark a little something. And it's not like all the YouTube channels that they're like inundated with. It's like this is something in their life that they can do that they can get excited about that's not on a screen.
Yeah. Yep. 2026, our focus is getting families together doing these activities. So time with your kids and putting them in the right environment, right? So
Love that.
that's where we need to focus. And that's what we're doing.
Love it. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for coming on. I've really enjoyed this.
Thank you, Katie. I enjoyed meeting you and can't wait to follow up with you soon.
This conversation with Krystal was such a powerful reminder that our kids are capable of so much more than we sometimes give them credit for. And they don't need to wait until adulthood to build confidence, solve problems, or create value. And neither do we as moms guiding them. And if this episode sparked something in you, whether it was excitement, curiosity, or even discomfort, that's a good thing. Growth usually starts there. Make sure to check out Futurepreneur and Krystal's work to learn how you can support entrepreneur thinking in your own home, I know for a fact I am starting the t-shirt business with my kids soon, so stay tuned for a link. And as always, if this episode resonated with you, share it with another mom who's questioning the normal path and wondering if there's a better way. Thank you for being here, for embracing the messy moments, and for showing up for your kids even when it's not easy. And until next week's Momversation, I want to remind you that everyone burns their first pancake, so just keep flipping.